Hello there. Welcome to Introductory Marketing and 4. In this video, we want to look at a question paper of December 2024. So we are going to look at the first question on that question paper that is on multiple choice section. And please, let's not forget to subscribe to our channel and share the link to our colleagues who are doing Introductory Marketing and 4. So moving on to our question, you'd see that this is our question, which is question one, and it reads: various options are given as possible answers to the following next to the question number, that is 1.1 to 1.15. And then on the first question, it reads: a dash is not a function of marketing. So you are given different functions: product development, warehousing, sales, and it's mentioned. So you'd see that all the ones are that we have functions of marketing, not one of the above are mentioned. So we have D as the correct response to all the benefits that consumers experience product. So we got 4 minutes. So the correct response that we have there is the correct response. Then 1.3 dash is one of the roles of market research. So you'll see that market research uh, involves analyzing customer data. You see that that is part of market research. And then you see that we've got analyzing there, which makes analyzing the correct response. So you see that the roles that we have for the roles of market research that we have got understanding market needs. It's also a role. We have got consumer behavior analysis, which is an essential insight function. That's part of that again. And then we can also talk about identifying market trends, also strategic decision making, product development, pricing strategies, and also we can also involve optimizing market campaigns. So basically, these are some of the roles that we have for market research. So you'd see that according to the responses given there, we indicated our B as the correct response. Moving on to 1.4, it is an example of a staple product, but we know that a staple product basically, we're talking about consumer goods which are consumed on a regular basis and are bought more often. That is a staple food. So it is that staple foods, they vary from place to place and are typically cheap and readily available. So some of the characteristics of a staple food. So examples of staple food that we can talk about. We could talk about meat, maize. We could also talk about potatoes, bread, eggs, cereals, milk, and milk products also are part of our staple products. So we have, according to responses given, we see that we've got milk at A. So that makes milk the correct response. So moving on to 1.5, you see that 1.5 reads, dash is a characteristic of the maturity phase. Which is so the maturity phase, remember, is part of the product life cycle, and is the and you see that under the maturity stage is the highest point that we have in the um or the highest phase that we have in the product life cycle. And its biggest challenge is trying to maintain profitability and prevent sales from declining. So you see that and the point that we have is the highest point or highest period that we have. We are going to see that maintenance of profitability and maintenance of the sales levels that are there at that point is of paramount importance. So basically, you would see that retaining customer brand loyalty is very key at that point. So our strategies employed in the maturity in the maturity stage include market development, product development, and also marketing innovation to ensure that the product remains successful. So basically, according to our question now, we need to identify a characteristic of maturity phase. So from our explanation, we can see that we can see according to our responses that we have, and we see that all of the mentioned responses do apply to the maturity phase when we where we are talking about A, communicating to a broader audience, lowering prices, a product line extension. And we see that all these are strategies so that the business maintains the the point of a maturity or the period of maturity. So basically, becomes correct all the response that we have from A to C. So we've got D. which reads all the above mentioned. So D becomes the correct response that we have. So moving on to 1.6, it says DeFi is an example of a test project. So you'd see that DeFi is a South African company, and it's a manufacturing company, which is the largest manufacturer and distributor of major domestic appliances in Southern Africa. So basically, C becomes the correct response, which is it's a manufacturer's branch. So we have C as the correct response. So moving on to the next question, which is going to be our 1.7. It reads discount granted to wholesalers for distribution tasks. Obviously, this is our trade discount. So we have B as the correct response. Then 1.8, competitors are an example of we have sales promotion, advertising, personal selling, and also we have a publicity there. So you see that the correct response that we have there is a sales promotion. Sales promotion becomes the correct response. So you would see that sales competition, you'd see that competition or challenges, they usually take place on social media and serve to increase customer engagement. So you would see that now that makes our response of sales promotion uh, very important, being the correct response. So we have A as the correct response. So moving on to the next question that we have. 1.9 reads, during the communication channel flow, channel noise can be described as dash where the message and the sender, the initiator, competitor, advertising. So you'd see that the communication channel flow is the medium used to communicate a message. So basically, as a medium, you'd see that now when it's now channel noise, obviously on that being channel noise, it means it's going to be heard and it becomes a competitor advertising. So we have D as the correct response. We have 1.10, which says status is an example of this type of need. You have security, self-realization, ego, and social. Correct response that we have is ego. Ego, remember, it's a feeling of pride or the feeling that of superiority that you feel when you feel superior to others, and that's ego. So is linked to status. I will say that there is a relationship that exists between status and feeling superior. So basically, we have ego, which is the correct response, which is C. I'm going to 1.11. It reads, customers who would like to belong to a certain group are part of this reference group. So according to responses given, we given associative membership, automatic, negative. And we see that the correct response that we have there is associative group. So moving on to 1.4, the stage of the acceptance process when the consumer purchases a product to try it out. We are given again 5 responses: awareness, trial, adoption, interest. So according to the responses given, you see that trial becomes the correct response. So moving to 1.13, an economic determinant of consumer behavior. It has to be a determinant that is dependent on the macroeconomic factors that we have in the economy. We can talk about anything that is linked to our inflation. It might be the value of currency in the country. Those are macroeconomic factors that we have in the economy. So you talk about income we have in the economy, substitute products. We've got if there is inflation or there is deflation. Inflation being the increase of prices, and then deflation being opposite, which is the decrease of prices. So basically, we see that it's also linked to the activities in the economy, making them being economic determinants. Then we've got opinion leaders, which is not a part of that. So we have A and B only, or D, it becomes the correct response that we have. 1.14, when the retailer sells products in small volumes and the wholesaler sells products in bulk, is called, we have different responses. We have storage, reassortment, grading, standardization. So you see that the correct response that we have is reassortment, which is our B, B the correct response. So we want to the last question that we have, which is 1.15, a packaging strategy which grant exclusivity to the product. We have got reusable, specialty, combination, and obviously the one is kaleidoscopic is the last response that we have. So according to responses given there, you see that the correct response that we have there is B, specialty. Remember, specialty packaging is a customized and unique packaging which goes beyond a standard packaging. So that's a specialty packaging. It is actually luxury packaging that is unique to your brand. So basically, specialty becomes the correct response. So we have B. So this becomes the last question that we have according to this video on the multiple choice section of the question paper of November 2024. And please, let's stay tuned for more videos to come. And let's check note more typical examination questions are going to be uploaded on this channel. So let's stay tuned by subscribing and turning on the notification button so that we get notified of new uploads. Let's meet again in the next video.